Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. One other thing that I managed to notice within this all drama of LIMURU 3 meeting is when Gathoni Muchomba was arriving at that venue, there appeared to be some goons who so many people seems to believe that were sent there probably to try to stop her from accessing that venue. In a video that I'm about to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that Gathoni Muchomba was given protection. You would say that that was a protection from the police. Definitely that kind of protection was from the people of his constituency, or probably some people who had accompanied her. So this LIMURU 3 meeting that Moses Kuria skipped even after confirming that he was going to attend, though I knew that was a political statement, a statement he made about LIMURU 3. The good thing with this is that Gachagua could not stop it, because he knew if he attempted to stop it just like he stopped the Maina Njenga's meeting, it would turn chaotic and Gachagua would literally lose in Mount Kenya. I want us to dig deep into this meeting because personally I am looking at this meeting from a different perspective. I don't know about you, but maybe after this analysis, you might side with me on what I'm thinking regarding how this LIMURU 3 was convened and who could have been financiers of this LIMURU 3. So before you do that, please like this video to enable YouTube to share it to other people not part of our audience. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel, and to existing subscribers, thank you so much for supporting this channel and making this channel grow. The fact that that meeting was successful, personally, I think it was successful because it is from that meeting that a coalition was formed. That is Haki Coalition.
Kenya region have announced the formation of the Haki Coalition, which they say will push for the region's interests and unity under the guidance of former President Uhuru Kenyatta, insisting that he remains the region's spokesperson, led by NARC Kenya Party leader Martha Karua and Jubilee Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni. So for those people who followed the proceedings of that LIMURU 3 meeting, personally, I managed to follow it. I could see Muchomba, Kioni, Martha Karua, all of them talked about so many things. But the only problem is that I could not decipher all the words there because it was basically in Kikuyu. But because it was a Kikuyu affair, that was expected, ladies and gentlemen. But what I want us to talk about here is how comes this meeting was successful, how comes this meeting did not have any mayhem within it, despite the fact that there were some goons who were spotted when Muchomba was arriving at that scene, or when Muchomba was arriving at that venue. So personally, I think the main reason why I could attribute the success of this meeting is the fact that Rigathi Gachagua allowed it. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. If Rigathi didn't want this meeting to take place, Rigathi would have used his machinery to make sure that that meeting does not take place. But the fact that this meeting took place, we can only say that Rigathi allowed it. If you remember the words of Moses Kuria, if you are very keen what Moses Kuria was saying, in fact going to an extent of saying this meeting should take place, he agrees with it. And he was even saying that he was going to attend. The only thing that, according to him, when he was concluding his statement, is that he asked himself whether it's fit for him to go there because he's a cabinet minister. So what he was trying to say is that that meeting is okay. If I wasn't a cabinet minister, I would have attended it. That is what I managed to decipher from the words of Moses Kuria. So I'm maintaining here that the fact that
LIMURU 3 was successful can be attributed to the fact that Gachagua wanted it to be successful. One, Gachagua was sending a strong message to William Samoei Ruto. The fact that we have Haki coalition, that should send a lot of shockwave to the other faction of UDA. Mind you, if you've been following the politics of UDA, UDA is split into two. That is the honest reality, ladies and gentlemen. There are those people who are pro-Rift Valley. There are those people who are pro-Rigathi Gachagua. I'm saying pro-Rigathi Gachagua because I can't say pro-Mount Kenya. Because even in Mount Kenya, there are people who are allied to William Ruto. People like Kimani Ichung'wah. Kimani Ichung'wah doesn't side with those people in Mount Kenya who are differing with William Ruto. So that's why I'm saying those pro-Gachagua in Mount Kenya. So UDA is split into two. So that's why I agree with anybody who try to say that Rigathi is betraying William Ruto through this kind of gatherings. So personally, I think the fact that it was successful can be attributed to the fact that Rigathi Gachagua allowed it. In a separate video, if you followed the previous video we talked about, when we were talking about Moses Kuria, in that video I mentioned something that Rigathi Gachagua did to Maina Njenga that made sure that Maina Njenga could not conduct any successful meeting within the Mount Kenya. That time we could say that Rigathi Gachagua did not allow it. If you go to the issues, the meetings in Meru, most of the meetings in Meru which were conducted by Azimio were never successful. So personally, this is a plus to Azimio. The first meeting that was organized that was successful is this meeting of the LIMURU 3. And the attendees there, majority of them, 3/4 are people in Azimio. I know Wamuchomba is a UDA politician, despite the fact that Wamuchomba these days has taken sides with the people, but not UDA anymore. If you looked at what she was saying there, you know, of course she talked in Kikuyu, but there are some words which I managed to pick. If you look at what she was saying there, the speeches which are translated to me, you know, one of the stage speeches there was that Uhuru is still the de facto kingpin. So that was a very strong message to Rigathi Gachagua that Uhuru is still the Mount Kenya kingpin. So I think Rigathi never expected that would be also said.